lizard.
Hello, welcome to a special Flesh and Blood stream. In case you haven't heard, there are multiple things to celebrate today. One, I won a ProQuest at the last minute possible. My last chance to win a ProQuest because I'm going to Calling Memphis this weekend. Also, if you have not heard, strap in, ladies and gentlemen, worms, wherever you are. Verdance is dead. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Get that bitch out of here. Oh, I am so happy. Verdance has hit living legend. Let's go. Drinks are on me tonight, boys. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Now, you're either crying in the club that Verdance is gone, or you're like me and you attempted to do a cartwheel, but realized that, it's been a while since you were that active. So, anyway, we are so freaking back. One, winning a ProQuest this weekend on Victor felt really good. We do have a lot to talk about tonight. Other than, just like, Mekado, that's brutal, dog. There is a lot to talk about tonight. We have ProQuest data to talk about. We have calling Brisbane from this weekend. I've got 2 ProQuest from Storytime that we're going to talk about as we go through the evening. We'll do it in whatever order you guys want. But we do have a lot of cool things to talk about. And then, as always, there is a gold foil. Last time I won a gold foil was during RTN season, and in the past I have told you guys that I'd like to sell them sealed. That, like you can see, it is sealed. I have not opened it. I am a major fan of just selling these sealed so that I never have to know what was in it. There's no gambling involved, even though I do love to gamble. But I know that you guys like to see them opened. So the middle ground that I normally suggest is that if we hit 20 subscribers by the time the stream is over, I will open it up on camera. So tonight, that stands. If you guys don't care that much, I'm just going to sell it sealed. But if we hit 20 subs while we're live tonight on stream, I will open it live for everybody to see. It's sitting here on my desk. If you guys don't want to see it, I'm not offended. It does not bother me at all. I promise. I promise. But if you guys do, then 20 subs is our goal. I'm keeping track of it over here on the right. It's right over here. I'm keeping track of it as we go throughout the night. So yeah. Anyway, that's what's going on. It's been a big day. Monday's been a big day. So yeah, we're gonna talk about everything. Let's go. Bringe, Keaton, Mekado, Fish, Monster, Dave, Jay, and let's see, Ben, Brand, Ternary, Curtis, Toppet, Martin, Dylan, Kit, Christian, Ian, Kevo. I think Toppet already. Yes, we hit Toppet already. I'm just making sure. Jercode. Aloha. We're going with Aloha. That's what we're going with. Aloha. Pitch to Kano. What a funny name. Raymond and Topple. What is up, guys? How is everybody? thanks for being here. If I missed you in the chat, I apologize. I appreciate you guys for being here and hanging out. Also, your code, let's go with the 5 months of Prime support over on Twitch. Your code, thank you so much for the 5 months over on Twitch. I appreciate that. That is 1 of 20. 19 more to go. Whoever said 19 more to go is very accurate. That is exactly what's going on. All right. So I will say I do have it pulled up over here. I do have our goals pulled up for the gold foil. So as we get subs and stuff like that, I will update this slide. But yeah, so there's lots of stuff to talk about. 31 overpower hurts. That was probably one of the coolest things I got to say this weekend, I will say. But let's start with story time. I enjoy telling you guys about my pro quests and stuff like that. Yeah, let's start there and let's go from there, and we'll just kind of keep it rolling and see how it feels. Yo, let's go, dude. Jay Gibbons Holland gifting 5 memberships over on YouTube, dude. Holland, thank you so much for the 5 gifted over on YouTube. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. I really, really appreciate that. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts us at 6. That puts us at 6. So let me update it here. Let me update it. Don't worry. We got ProQuest data. We're going to talk about it. We got ProQuest data we are going to talk about. But we're going to talk about story time first. Also, what's up, Damien? All right. So let's talk about story time. So Saturday, I had a ProQuest at Tokyo Toy Box in Hendersonville, North Carolina. There was 20 of us, I think, something like that. So it was 5 rounds, cut the top 8. I played Victor. I played the list that is updated. Like it's publicly, it's on the Metafy link. It's the public list can be found anywhere. Like it's like that is the list that I played this weekend. Round 1 of Tokyo Toy Box, I played a Tough Nut. Let's see. I actually played my boy Bringe, who was playing Tough Nut. Was also a fun thing to find here. I've got Jim pulled up because for the first weekend in forever, like as long as I can remember, I forgot my codex journal when I went to an event. My codex journal that I've been using is still sitting here on my thing. So I completely forgot to take it with me. So I'm doing this all from memory. So ended up playing Bringe, who hangs out on Twitch quite a bit, playing Tough Nut round 1. I got to send a Golden Sun for 31 at Bringe to win the game. That was by far one of the coolest things I've ever got to do with Victor. I have never been able to start the number with 3. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. 31 was just absolutely insane. So ended up beating a Tough Nut round 1. I was 1-0. Round 2, I played against our boy Philip, Dr. Dirtle, who hangs out on YouTube quite a bit. He was playing Victor. I'd like to tell you that I outclassed Philip and that I was just, swifty with it. And I was just bobbing and weaving. I won every clash we played. Like every clash that mattered, I just won. I was just like, meh, here's an 8. You have a 6? Cool. Like, it was crazy. I won. I think I won all 3 of my tests of strengths. I won 2 of mine and 1 of Philip's. It was kind of crazy. And then all of my Goldmane estates lined up very well. Like I was able to just play Golden Suns for value to try to close the game out. One of those things just lined up pretty well. So yeah, ended up being 2-0 after I beat a Victor in round 2. We did end up grinding for a bit, but just things went my way. So it worked out pretty well. Round 3. I played against my boy Raymond from South Carolina, who was playing Dorinthia. Now, we're going to talk about this game for a minute, because there was a lot that transpired during this game. Dorinthia's pretty good matchup for Victor. I did end up winning. I was 3-0 after the match, but I'm going to share with you all a fun story time here. Just to share with you guys about mine and Raymond's friendship, like that's where me and Raymond are. When I sat down to play against him, he wrote down Hitler next to my name on his score pad because that's how he feels about Victor, and I always be playing Victor. So that was how our game started. And at some point during the game, I don't remember who, somebody made a joke about being thrown in the gas chamber. I think that might have been me. I don't know. I'm not going to throw my boy Raymond under the bus, but let's just say there was a lot of questionable shit said during that game. Me and Raymond had a good time. But yeah, there was a lot of very questionable things said during our game at the 3-0 table. Rookie numbers? Yo, Randy, get out of here, dude. Get out of here. Rookie numbers, bro. Listen at this shit. Listen at this guy, dude. Round 4, I played against Naib Mobasir. Most of you guys know him. Naib is a local homie. I lost to Naib. He was playing Verdance. I am going to tell you exactly how our game went. We walk up to the table. I know Naib is the only Verdance in the room. And I go, good game. And I stick my hand out. Before we even pull our cards out, nothing happened. I had cut all my Verdance tech this weekend. I was pretending like it wasn't real. And so I said, good game. And Naib went, what? And I was like, good game. Like, there's no reason for us to play this out. This is not a question I need answered. I know I can't beat you in the pot combo. So I go to 3-1. Just kind of enjoyed watching the games a little bit. At 3-0, I was also locked for top 8, so I don't really think it mattered. But yo, Bomer said German here. What the fuck? I mean, listen, if you're German and you're listening to this, I apologize if you were offended. Like, maybe as an American culture, like, we're not as offended by jokes like that, but I apologize if that offends you. Round 5, I played against Keisha, I believe is how you pronounce their name. Keisha or Kadia, maybe that's better. I don't know. But I can't remember. I know it's Keisha or Kadia, and I can't remember for the life of me. I feel so bad. Was playing Dorinthia, round 5. I ended up winning that game. Just blocking out, looking for my spots, and ended up winning. So I was 4-1 in Swiss. I think I was the 3 or the 4 seed going into top 8. I don't really remember. I don't remember exactly what happened. But anyway, in the first round of top 8, I get to run it back against my boy Raymond, who was playing Dorinthia. So in top 8, I play another Dorinthia and I win the game. Again, it was a close game, but it was just a favored matchup. So I was able to win that game. Yo, what's up, bros? Don't play against Verdance. Now I don't have to. Not offended. I just never considered the options of Victor being Hitler. Oh, that's so funny, Bomer. That's so funny. Oh, yo, Rose with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And on the win, I appreciate that very much. Thank you. So I got to tell you, do you guys think the $2 super chat should count as a sub or a membership? Should that count? It doesn't technically fit within the rules, but it feels kind of wrong to not count it. So I'm going to leave that up to you guys. Do you think yes, the $2 membership should count, or no, it should not? The $2 super chat? Can't wait for Victor to LL. You take that back. You shut your mouth. All right, we got a lot of yeses. All right, we got a lot of yeses, and of course, hey, what's up, Delv? Randy says half. Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll go to 7. We'll let that count as 1. We'll let the $2 super chat count as 1. You used your Prime sub and it didn't register? That's weird. Somebody said that last time this happened, that they used their sub and it didn't come through. Do you have the ability to share the notification so that it pops up? Because when it pops up on the screen is when I'll add it to the list. Victor LL, please. No, we don't want Victor to LL. No. Come on now. Okay. So we win in top 8, move on to top 4, play against Tyler Broughton. Tyler Broughton was playing Valda in top 4. I think I lost the die roll and went second. I think Tyler went first. If I won the die roll, I would have went first. So ended up being an extremely close game. The only reason that I won this game is because Tyler had 2 hands that just bricked throughout the course of the game. All right. So, Skeleton, if you're willing to send me a screenshot, I got you, dude. If you'll send me a screenshot, I just can't have people out here cheating, opening up the gold foil. But if you'll send me a screenshot, I'll add it to the list. I promise. On mobile, it doesn't show up for some reason. Oh yeah, Monster. Bro. It happened to you, Monster. That's right. I do remember that.
Some biddies, you say?
Had fun meeting and talking to you Sunday. Thanks for signing my burdens. Lots of good laugh. Yo, absolutely. I was happy to. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I enjoyed watching you play Tough Nut all day Sunday, and Cecil and I played a crazy game, which I'm going to talk about when we get to the Sunday ProQuest. All right, the $5 super chat has to count, right? The $5 super chat has to count. That's as much as a membership. Like the $5 super chat will count. All right, let's see. Expires April 16th. Okay. All right. So mobile is bugged with that, apparently. All right. So we'll count skeletons too. All right. So let's update this really quick. We are up to 9. For anybody who does not know, if we get to 20 YouTube memberships or Twitch subs, we'll open the gold foil from the ProQuest yesterday. We'll open the gold foil. Is your metafy optimized for post-verdance meta? It's going to be. I'm going to spend all week working on it to make sure that we are up to date. I will be making tweaks and working on things, but yes. So Skeleton, thank you for sending that to me. Anyway, so I beat Volda, Tyler Broughton in top 4. Very close game. Tyler had a couple of brick hands that worked out pretty well. In the finals, I ended up playing against Naib again. Naib did beat me. I came in second place. Losing to Naib. We played out a good game, but he had a potion combo, and he got me at the end. That's just how it goes sometimes. My only 2 losses on the day were to the only verdants in the room, which made me feel pretty good about Victor. Now, to be fair, I did get some pretty good matchups outside of that. Like Tough Nut is a pretty favored matchup.
Some biddies, you say?
I played 3 Dorinthias. It's a pretty good day for Victor. Pretty happy about that. So going 6-2 at the first ProQuest, but losing in the finals was a little disappointing. Because I was like, okay, I only got one more chance. We got to make it count. Also, let's go, Rose, with a $5 super chat. Rose, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, let's go. That's number 10. We're up to 10. I will finish updating the number on the page after story time. But we're at 10 right now. We're halfway there. Okay. So Saturday's ProQuest was at Tokyo Toy Box, which we just recapped by event. Big shout out to Joe at Tokyo Toy Box for putting it on. Even though there was some judge struggles, and I think there was some, like staff issues with flu and cold and stuff like that. So just Joe always puts on a great event. Tokyo Toy Box is always phenomenal. I'm always a massive fan, so I really appreciate Joe putting on such a good event, and just being such a good advocate for the players. I'm very much appreciative of that. Yo, Samurai with the Prime sub. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate that, Samurai. Thank you so much. All right, that puts us at 11. 9 to go. You guys really like opening gold foils, I've learned. Okay, let's fast forward to Sunday. Sunday was a ProQuest in Pikeville, Kentucky at Appalachia TCG. John at Appalachia TCG also put on an amazing event. It was actually hosted at what seemed almost like a church rec room, kind of meeting space that they have. But some people from the church, I believe, had nachos and had some snacks and stuff that you could buy throughout the day. I had pulled pork, nachos, and cheese. Was phenomenal. Lunch was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much to everybody that went into that ProQuest yesterday. It was a lot of fun. The people up at the John and company up at Appalachia TCG always put on a great event. So really appreciate that. Round 1, I played against Kaylee, who was playing Fang. We played an extremely close game. There was 2 hunts in her deck towards the end of the game, and I honestly thought I wasn't going to be able to play around them both. Thankfully, I still had quick dodge flexors available to me. So being in a position where having flexors meant the difference in life and death was really nice in that situation. So that worked out pretty well. I ended up having to crack multiple gold on the last turn of the game as we went to time to be able to throw a Macho Grande for, I think it was more than lethal, but still enough to win the game. So a very close game down to the wire. Ended up winning off of a, like cracking, like I think it was like 3 or 4 gold to draw into a Macho Grande to win the game. Round 2, I played against Dean, who was playing on Kasai. That was a game that was, honestly, it was pretty one-sided. And I don't mean that in a bad way towards Dean. Like, I high-rolled the living shit out of him. The first, like, 4 or 5 turns of the game were block with Test of Strength or Trounce and, like, set up gold and then play Goldmane Estate. I had played a 5th Goldmane Estate off of the I don't play Remembrance in that matchup, but I had played all 3 Goldmane Estates and blocked with all of my Test of Strengths and all of my Trounces in like the first 8 turns of the game. Like, it was crazy. I was just in a position just throwing gas as fast as I could. It was, I don't know, it was kind of crazy. So yeah, just like got super lucky, drew super well, and ended up winning into Kasai. So I was 2-0. In round 3, I played against Valda. This ended up being my only loss on the day to Michael, who is a Appalachia TCG local. Michael was playing Valda, and we played a really close game. My biggest note about this game that I can remember from this, and like one of the biggest reasons that I think I lost, is that Michael played 2 copies of Tectonic Instability during our game. I'm sure he's on the full 3 in his Valda list, but he played 2. The first one sniped a Staunch Response right before a big dominated attack, and the second one sniped a Pummel the turn I finally drew into Command and Conquer with my Tunic counter on 3. So it was a very, very unfortunate situation. Michael drew his cards well and he played well and he won the game. Like, he played very well. It was just one of those situations where like it just kind of felt bad. Round 4, I played against Alice, who was playing Phi. When I say that I don't think I could have drawn better, I might literally mean that for the way the game played out. Test of Iron Grip sniped multiple like lava bursts or like 0 for 4s out of the hand and like made hands super awkward. There was one turn where Alice looked to go super wide and I had like multiple things that lined up well and blocked. It worked out super well. I was throwing like Command and Conquerors for like 12 off of Goldmane Estates. I was throwing Spinal Crushes for 14 pretty early. Like, just very powerful things that lined up really well. And all of my draws just came together in what is already a pretty good matchup for Victor. So it just, sometimes the stars align. So I beat a Phi in round 4 and I moved to 3-1. Test of Iron Grip, that's right. Glad to see you not lose faith in Vic. I got to tell you, we had a momentary lapse, but we're back. We had a momentary lapse, but we're back, and it feels so good. Winning an event on Victor always feels so good. Like, I love just like, I don't know, like just doing well and drawing well, and like just, like the deck just coming together and feeling clean always feels really good. Anyway, moving on to round 5. This was a 5-round event where we cut the top 4. There was 13 people at this ProQuest. And in round 5, I ended up playing against Eric, who was playing Dorinthia. We played a very close game that I actually almost lost, which was pretty interesting because the way the game shaped up, Eric had to pitch a couple of Twinning Blades very early, and then there was a turn where I had let a counter go through because I had a very good like crackback turn, but Eric was still able to like keep his counter that I had given him from the turn before on the Dawn Blade. And so anyway, then there was a shuffle off of the yellow thing that like lets him search for a thing. I can't remember what it's called right now. And then drew into a Twinning Blade on the following turn when I laid 12 down in front of this. So it was kind of just crazy. It was a really weird game. It was the closest I've got to losing to Dorinthia in quite some time. I did end up squeaking the game out and finishing Swiss at 4-1. So because I was 4-1, I was the 2 seed going into top 4. In top 4, Eric and I ran it back. This game was much more what I'm used to be honest. I was in a very good position most of the game. Like clash cards were lining up well. Just things were going my way. Good pressure, good blocks. All the things. Singing Stillblade is it. Yes, thank you guys. That is actually exactly what I'm talking about. Yes. I'm attending my PQ next Saturday. Was planning on playing either Jarl or Valda this time around. Which is best in your opinion? I mean, I think Valda is like, if you're not going to play Victor, I think that Valda is probably the best. And I say that because I think Jarl has almost like an auto loss to Victor. Maybe it's changed, but like, just the Goldmane Estate Remembrance plan is very, very powerful. So I would be on Valda. Verdance is officially LL Clutch, yes. Hey, damn, what's going on? In Swiss, I played a Fang, a Kasai, a Valda, a Phi, and a Dorinthia. And then in top 4, we got the top 4, played a Dorinthia, and won the game. It was a very close one. Now, let me tell you about my finals match. I'm going to give you a very like clickbaity thing that I would put on a video. I beat a Verdance in the finals with no tech. Now, I'm going to go back and tell you the story of what happened. I played against my man Cecil, who, throw it back all the way to Pro Tour Singapore, Cecil and I actually ended up having a flight or two that was the same coming back from Singapore, I think. And so we ended up like getting to talk and chat and all this kind of stuff. Well, it turns out he lives a couple hours from the Appalachia TCG store. So he was there at the ProQuest. So it was just a small world, like a funny moment to like watch it all. Yeah, you may be wondering how I got here. I've never watched My Name is Earl, but I've heard that it's very good. I've heard it's very, very good. Hey, what's up, Tiny Hands? So anyway, I was running AB2, no Skull Cap, like no Arcane Lantern, no Poison the Wells, no nothing. We had been laughing all day about how Cecil hates playing pot combos into me. Like, just in general, he hates playing potion combo, and like he hates doing the whole thing. He thinks it's very unfun. So as we sit down, he goes, you know what? I'm going to roll the dice. Evens, I don't play pots. Odds, I do play pots. He rolls the dice, and it's a 5. And he goes, man, I don't want to play pots. And like, I'm not saying anything because I'm not trying to sway him or do anything. Like we're both trying to go to Vegas. I had already asked up front if he wanted to split the prizes because I was like, I want to go to Vegas, like, whatever we need to do to split the prizes here. And Cecil goes, you know what? Nah, we ball, son. And literally just decides to not play potion combo into me. Now, clearly Cecil knew that this was the incorrect decision. If he wanted a free win into me at the end of the day. I was at 3 when the game ended. Cecil almost killed me anyway towards the end of the game. Like it was a very, very close game. And so Cecil just decided that it would be more fun to not play pot combo into me. And I was able to fatigue him on AB2. Just like blocking as much as I could, fatiguing. I was at 3 when the game ended. It was a very good game. He still almost killed me. Like there was a world where like if a Miller's Grindstone or 2 had not lined up my way, like it would have went the other way and I probably would have lost the game. So it was really interesting. I ended up giving Cecil my top 4, like the Teklo card. I was like, hey, like, we didn't do it, like this is not planned or anything, but I was like, please take this. I never win this game if you don't not play pots into me, so please take this. And just gave him the card as like, I felt bad, my conscience, I don't know. But we won. So we qualified for Pro Tour Vegas, which is really nice because I have played at every Pro Tour since I qualified for my first one, which was London. And I'd like to keep that streak going. And also we have the gold foil that, if we get to 20 subs, we'll open before the night's over with. So, but yeah, no, it was a really cool weekend. I really like getting to go out to ProQuest and just hang out and see everybody. They're always a lot of fun. So was nice to just, get to be out in the community. Calling Memphis coming up this weekend. So Calling Memphis, I will be there. I do not have the Might tokens with me, but I will have 10 of those cool Might tokens. So I will have 10 of those cool Might tokens. So if you want to get a Might token, be one of the first 10 people to come see me at Calling Memphis. Let's go. Foxy with the 500 bits. Thank you so much for the 500 bits. I think 500 bits is like $5, right? Like 100 bits is like a dollar, I think. Is how that works on Twitch. Aggro, sir. This better count. I wanted to give you a quick shout out for helping my competitive mental. I've been using the incremental goal strat. I got top 4 in my second ProQuest this weekend by setting stepping stone goals. Next goal is winning the PQ. And then it's off to cashing callings. Let's go. Well, Foxy, one, I appreciate you sharing that with me. Congrats on making it to top 4. And I really hope that, next week when I come back and like if you have more ProQuests that we will be talking about you winning a ProQuest. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that 500 bits is the equivalent of $5, if I remember correctly, which is like basically the same thing as a sub. So yeah, we'll count it. It's more about the spirit, of you guys wanting to open the gold foil. So that puts us up to 12. We are now 8 subscribers or YouTube members away from actually getting to open the gold foil on stream. Congrats on the W. Can you discuss debilitate over something like Peg Perfect in your list? So Ryan, I had the opportunity to interview Filippo Barbani, who was top 4 at calling Toulouse. I about said Toll House again. I swear to God, I can't stop thinking about those cookies. Calling Toulouse, playing Victor, and we were talking about debilitate, and something he said to me pushed me in the direction of debilitate. I don't want to spoil that because Filippo was an excellent interview. He was like a great interviewee. He was awesome to talk to. He was a lot of fun to chat with. Turns out he's good friends with my boy Sam. Actually, him and Sam were at UVA, like kind of at the same time. Filippo was working on his PhD and Sam was working near the university. So they played cards together. So yeah, I'm going to save some of that for Filippo's interview, which is coming out this Friday. Should be this Friday. If not, it'll be Wednesday. It kind of depends on when the podcast comes out. I think we're recording tonight, but Taylor also has like tornado warnings. So that's kind of up in the air right now as to what's going on. So yeah, but I will say debilitate did feel really good this weekend. I played a list this weekend that was on mono tunic. There was no tectonic plating in the list. And so being on mono tunic means that debilitate gives us more cards. Like we now have more cards that are a 2-card play because you can pitch a blue, use tunic, and then throw debilitate for 8. Debilitate is a good crush effect into a lot of decks in the metagame right now. And then also on top of that, it works with Iron Fist Revelation, which makes it pretty good. Where do these pie charts come from? I got this from Flesh and Blood's Twitter page. That's where I grabbed these from, Cody. Potts is just such a cheap win, Cecil. I was just telling the legend of how much of a true gentleman and a scholar you are. GG's, man. I appreciate you playing the game with me the other day. I want Tekla Vossen to be a viable deck so bad. I'm sorry, Lasterman. I'm sorry. And I running it back this weekend. I'm sure he will win it on Oscilio. Happy to see Verdant's gone. Now Cecil has to play a real healer. That's right. Now he has to play a real hero. That's right. And you can go back to not preying on his downfall, right? Because he's your friend, right? We're not going to prey on our friend's downfall, right? Oh, that's so funny. I actually made the Toll House in cookies using Dylan Hollis YouTube recipe as a gift for my brother. Safe to say he was so hooked for he told me to keep these as far away from him as possible. That's hilarious. Stop it. I've been a Verdant's one trick for months. Now what do I do with my life? Welcome to the Guardian life. We have block cards and big attacks. Can I interest you in that? You can actually take a lot of your cool Earth cards and go whoop right over into Jarl. Ayo. I'm stuck between Victor and RKO for Memphis. Come on. You already know what I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
Victor! You already know, dog. Come on now. Yo, 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 yo. You have not really had the Victor experience, in my opinion, though, yet. You know, if you feel like it's felt like dog shit, like you never really had the experience. Oh, so RKO got it. Oh, so it's like that now, huh? It's like that, huh?
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
That perfectly sums up how I feel about that, Philip. That's right, the horse. Despite the agony of back-to-back Dory into Victor games, I had a ton of fun. Love seeing the triple miss on Clash and beat of... Oh, okay, so I didn't get to tell... I forgot to talk about that. There was a game in Dory, I think it was our top 4 game, where I actually had a triple miss. I had Trounce, and I hit a miss, broke a gold, put it to the bottom, hit a miss, and then put that to the bottom and hit a third miss. So that was quite an experience. I hit triple miss off of a Trounce one time this weekend. And then the Dory spec, it's not really a Dory spec, but it's the new blue that should be a Dory spec, says that cards defending target Dawnblade cannot gain power. So I had blocked with a right behind you, and I had used quick dodge flexors to try and cover it up. And then my opponent, Eric, got to play this and take away the value from my flexors and take 1 value off of my right behind you. It was a blowout, actually. It was actually insane. We love the horse. That's right. Tell him, Ashlyn. Please do not play RKO as an RKO player. Oh, listen, Philip, we didn't have to. If we wouldn't have paired, I wouldn't have done it, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did Dennis Zhang hit a triple miss? I didn't get to watch the calling finals. I was asleep. If Huntsman LLs before Bravo, that would be crazy. Not comfortable with him getting this many points. I mean, Huntsman's got a long way to go. Look at it that way, to our right. Right? My top 4 loss was to Verdance, and it was exact lethal in the last 3 cards of his deck. Oh, that sucks, Foxy. I know that feels bad. I know that feels bad. What are your thoughts on combating Oscilio? So this is actually a really interesting question we're going to talk about, Vander. We're going to talk about Oscilio a little bit. So in my new list, in my updated February list, I'm playing 0 amulets, and I'm on AB2. Now, let's talk about this for a minute before we talk about ProQuest data, because this is a really interesting question. Sorry, I've been yapping too much. I needed some water there. The problem with AB2 into Oscilio is that means a 4-card hand can be lightning, 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 mind warp, and we can't stop it. We can't stop the mind warp. We just, we're going to get the shuffle effect no matter what happens, is the real problem with AB2. That is why people like Filippo and other people were playing AB3. Now, I did see Dennis Zhang and the other Victor that made top 8 of calling Brisbane this past weekend were playing AB1, and you will notice both of them lost to Oscilio. I don't think AB1 is the answer. I am into Oscilio. I am playing 3 copies of Erase Face. 3 Erase Face means that if it connects, there is no value to be had off of Volzar. So I really like the idea of playing 3 copies of Erase Face because I think we can get a lot of value off of it. I'm also on 3 copies of Pummel in that matchup. So we're going to be testing to see if 3 copies of Erase Face, 3 copies of Pummel for raw aggression, and 3 tests of Iron Grips is going to be enough to get it done. Because that is my sideboard plan in that matchup. That's my plan. We're bringing it in. I don't know. That is just that's the goal. We're going to see what happens. I did not get to play against a single Oscilio at my ProQuest this weekend. So I don't know. The other thing we need to talk about is how does the meta shift now that Verdance is gone? What was Verdance keeping back? What was Verdance holding back? So I think that's something that we'll get to talk about. Beat the brakes off the Oscilios. We're going to try. If you liked watching Trounce backfire, it was on stream this weekend. I did get a kick out of the casters, like Hayden and Hayden. I forgot the other caster's name now. I feel bad. I can't remember their name off the top of my head. I want to say Gabe, but that was the caller. Gabe was the caller announcer from Calling to Loose. Anyway, the announcers were talking about the Trounce curse on stream. And then like one of the Victor players finally won an actual Trounce on stream. So that it has been interesting. Matt, that's it. Thank you, Sprite. Thank you. Verdant's going, in my opinion, means fatigue is back. I can see that. Now we'll just see more Jarl pop up. I mean, if more Jarl pops up, means Gravy doesn't get any better. We have a good Jarl matchup, so you know. Fatigue fitting to go crazy, and Gravy and Prism can't do much about it. I hope it stays that way. Prism also keeps him back because poppers are super hard to find. I mean, that's true, Toppet. That's very true. Okay, let's talk about ProQuest data. Again, before we talk about anything, I want to talk about like how these numbers are shaped out. Now, there is a little bit more of a like gap than there was last week. Last week when we looked at the data, it was like 13, 12, 11, 9, 8. There was not a big gap between the first and the fifth place. Now, this time between first and fifth, at first we have 18, and then at fifth we have 8. So we have a double-digit number difference between the first and the fifth place wins. But you will notice that second place is Mario right behind Verdance. Also, Dash coming in there at third. Yo, Huntsman was fourth? Huntsman won more ProQuest than Victor? Yo, what are we doing? Horse Nation is supposed to ride this weekend. It does kind of look like Victor stonks, doesn't it? Which scares me because it makes me think all those Gravy players are going to come out of nowhere. Arrgh. I hope not.
Lizard.
Anyway, so Verdance winning the most amount of ProQuest is like, you know, not super surprising. Mario being second, Dash.io being third, all checks out. Huntsman jumping up and Victor jumping up both above Oscilio is very surprising. Now, one of the other things I really want to talk about is this right here. Is this a mirage for fatigue players? We did see some very high-level players, like some of the pro players, pivot to Gravy Bones at Calling Brisbane. I think Michael Fung, Brody, I don't know, I can't remember who else, but those were the names that stood out to me of people that I saw playing Gravy Bones at Calling Brisbane this past weekend. So it's really interesting to think about. Like, is Gravy on his way back to the top? Is that something we're going to see? Is Gravy climbing back up in the meta? I got to be honest, even though the matchup is better as Victor now with the rules change, I really hope not. I really hope that's not the case. Really hope that's not the case. Huntsman is goated. Your mom. How about that? Boom. Roasted. I feel like a lot of people have a hard time about playing into Huntsman. I mean, Huntsman can be a tough deck to play into. Listen, Crazy Legs, I know that you're sad about Verdant's gone, but like, see ya. So glad to see Verdant's gone. I'm not even hiding it. If Prism goes this weekend, I won't have a CC deck left. How many wins does Prism need? Prism won 6. Prism won 6 this weekend. What does she need to win? Somebody ping Kevin Murphy and tell him we're asking for a friend. We need him to show up. We need Kevin to show up and tell us how many wins. 63 LL points left for Prism. Prism needs 11. She would need to win 11 to LL. So seems unlikely. Unless she also spikes the calling or something. Okay, so we're gonna call it 12 wins just to make it easy. Okay, so Joe, it's really funny that you say that about your comment because somebody saw you talking about me in the public chat and screenshotted it and sent it in the Discord that I'm in and tagged me in it. I thought it was pretty funny. Somebody did actually send that, so I did think that was pretty funny. That happened. That happened. Yeah, I saw your message even though I wasn't there. And you're right. My take aged very poorly. I've never been so happy to be wrong. I've never been so happy to be wrong. You have no idea. Glad we were playing the amulets and gravy again. Just let gravy go away. Let gravy die. He's fatiguing them with RKO. Yo, what's up, Himmel? Worth? Honestly, yeah. Yeah. Some things are worth it, you know? Yeah, I'm hopeful. I hope we are looking at the I hope we're looking at the some Victor stonks. But anyway, let's see. So, ooh, this is also interesting. This is something to watch out for. Ira and Kasai winning 4. Now, like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's like, you know, like even Marlin won 2, right? Even Marlin won 2 ProQuests. I mean, come on. Can anybody win with Marlin? Will somebody please take that, clip it, and send it to Taylor? Please, I'm begging you. Like, clip that, send it to Taylor, and say nothing. Ira actually terrorizes me? Yo, what do you play that Ira terrorizes you? I'm curious to know. Also, low key, Ira might have some stonks in Sage. Keaton said done. My man. My man. It was an all Marlin ProQuest. Oh. All right, so like I do think it's interesting that Ira gets a little bit of value here. Does Ira get any value from Verdance going away? Does Ira get any value from Verdance going away? I can't decide how good that is or not. Ira does pretty well into some of the Guardians, right? Like, I mean, I think Ira has a decent matchup into some of the Guardians. Maybe Ira looks to have a good weekend this weekend. I can see something like that happening. No one can win with Lyeth? Yo. If this wasn't Victor's season, I would break out the Lyeth cards right now. Somehow I got fatigued by Ira in both of the last callings I played. Oh, was one of them in Montreal? The fatigue Ira that made top 8? Matt, is that what you're talking about? Is that one of them? Marlin was the gatekeeper of Vincent to win. My losses were to Marlin at my PQ as Vincent. Ooh. I got eliminated by the fatigue Ira. It actually killed so many of us. I mean, that fatigue Ira had a really good run. I mean, top 8 your calling with an unexpected hero is a pretty impressive thing to me, I think. Also, Matt, it's good to see you playing again, man. I haven't seen you at events in a while, dude. I'll have to catch up next time we're at one. I saw you at Montreal, and I just did not get a chance to say hi to you. You were still playing in the calling while I was in the showdown, so we weren't exactly crossing paths, you know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Marcus? Marcus, I shot you a message the other day, dude. I shot you a message on Discord the other day. Asked you a Victor question, and you never messaged me back, homie. What's up with that, dude? What's up with that? Am I going to Memphis? Yes, sir. I will be in Memphis. I get in super late Friday. I leave my local airport at like 7 on Friday. I don't land in Memphis until like 11:45. I thought I did. I'll go back and find it. I'll ping you again. Like my question has come and gone, but like just so like we're in contact on Discord, it'll be good. But I'll play you round 1 on stream. Oh, me and you on camera, round 1? Dude, let's do it, Himmel. That would be a great match to have on camera, dude. That would be so funny. Dude, like, Marcus, I was just giving you a hard time, bro. It's all good. Like, you don't owe me anything, bro. You don't have to message me back. I sent you a message asking you a Victor question. I thought I did. I'll go back and check. Maybe it's one of those times where I thought I did and I never did. I've done that a couple of times and then gaslight people about it. Doing an 8-hour road trip to Memphis? Yo, 8-hour road trip is crazy. It's about 7 hours for me. It's somewhere between 6 and 7 hours. All right, I'm sorry. That's the only time I'll do it tonight. Maybe. No promises. I make no promises. So yeah. Anyway, is Ira good? Good question. Puffin winning 3. Yo, Dory winning 2 is crazy. Wonder what that meta looked like. Bolton won 2. Bolton winning 2. Okay. Yo, Bravo won 1. Bravo won a ProQuest. Sir, madam, them, I salute you. Hell yeah. If you won a ProQuest playing Bravo and you see this, if that was you, shoot me a DM on Discord. Let's talk about this. Now, I agree. That's based as shit, bro. Yo, Mocha, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Also, I've never been called Aggro Blaze. I think you are the first person to call me that. Brisbane was my first calling ever, and I made day 2 on Katu. Next goal is try to cash when I can attend another. Yo, let's go, Samuel. That's awesome. Congrats. It's amazing. Absolutely. Congrats. Yo, Luke Shields, thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, if you are here for the first time and you are new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new. They are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? What are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourself. I'd love to get to know more about you while we're hanging out. Yo, Matt, let's go. Thank you for the follow over on Twitch. I appreciate that a whole bunch. Thank you. Means a lot. Appreciate that follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, those same 3 questions. Guys, this is for anybody. Doesn't matter if, this is your first time here or maybe you've been here for a while and you never answered the questions. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Wait, whoa, what did Cody say? When Carly turned 67 and 3. I'm just glad that Carly's here to defend herself for once. Oh, apparently Bravo's still here, right? Even Bravo won 1. Also, guys, if you haven't heard me talk about this, let's see, where's it at? This up here, up at the top. This is our goal to open our gold foil from our ProQuest. If we get to 20 Twitch subs or YouTube memberships, we will open up the gold foil live on stream for everybody. There's no pressure. Like, selling it sealed, is fine with me, but if you guys want to see it open on stream, that is our goal. Let's see. Ooh, Cinder won 1. I'd be curious to know what that list looked like. Yo, Teklo Vossen? Yo, is that all the way down here? We got to squint way down there to see that. I cannot believe Teklo won 1. Please tell me Teklo Vossen's not making a comeback. One thing we're talking about is how bad Fi is. So I will say it's kind of interesting because Fab is, I don't know, Fi is Fi has felt pretty underperforming. Did Fi win 1? Fi's on here, right? Fi won 2. Fi has been underperforming what I think a lot of our expectations were coming into the new pin cards and everything that Fi had access to. So Fi has had a pretty underwhelming success so far. I'm hoping to see that pick up a little bit. I got into Flesh and Blood because I wanted to battle nerds, and I think grilled onions are the absolute nuts on a hot dog. Hell yeah, dude. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Wait, what happened? I'm older than you, which means aggro might be interested in me. Hang on, I'm going to tell you a story about that here in just a second. I'm going to tell you a story, Cody. Slaw Dogs, and as far as how I got in, I was looking for magic cards, and they needed an 8-person for a heavy hitters draft after release. Learned on the fly and pulled a Marvel Young Olympia. Yo, let's go. First off, coleslaw belongs in the trash. But it's awesome that you play Flesh and Blood. Glad you're here, and I'm glad you're hanging out with us. Aloha. Let's see. Name's Devo. Devo? 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 We're going to go with Devo. I'm going to go with Devo. A friend introduced me by pummeling a fused Oakenold turn 1, and the best hot dog topping is ketchup and only ketchup. You know what? Plain ketchup is based. I'm here for that. I'm here for that, honestly. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about my experience really quick. Now, this is going to come up because Cody said, and I'm quoting, that he's older than my wife, so I may be interested in him. There is a town about an hour east of us, I guess northeast maybe, I don't know, called Asheville, North Carolina. If you have never been and you get a chance, it is a very fun town. There is great food. There's great music. They have concerts all the time. It's an awesome town. We love Asheville. We don't go as much as we should, but we love Asheville. We were in Asheville going to see Jack White at like the outside amphitheater thing in Asheville. And we're in one of these stores, just like putzing around looking at stuff. And we get up to the counter, the register. And the lady behind the counter is wearing a shirt that says, "I like older women." I look at her shirt. You got to keep in mind, like Carly and I have been dating like probably 2 or 3 years. Like we're not married at this point. Like, you know, like I still could have fucked this up at this point. And I look at the lady. I look at Carly. Carly looks at me and I look at the lady and I go, "Hell yeah, dude." And I high five this lady. And it was hilarious. It was an excellent moment between me and this person I have never seen again a day in my life. It was awesome. Yeah, Jack White was one of my favorite concerts I've ever been to. It was amazing. Asheville was, in fact, underwater a few short years ago. It was not that long ago. Let's go. Carlos, I'm Brazilian, and we have real delicious hot dogs. I like shoestring potatoes. I've always wanted to try that. Bacon-wrapped hot dog with chili, cheese, jalapenos, onions, and mustard. Ooh, that sounds good. I could get on board with that. I mean, listen, Jacoda, I'm just keeping it real. Like, I'm not saying that once you get married, you can't fuck up your marriage, right? Like, I'm not saying that you all just get to be garbage when you get married, but I'm just saying it's a lot harder for Carly to leave me now. You know what I'm saying? I get to be more stupid and nerdy now than I did back then. That's actually not true. Carly's always supported me being a schmuck. Yes, you should 100% drive 3.5 hours for your last shot at Vegas. 110%. No, I take that back. 130%. You should drive 3.5 hours. If it will not put you in financial debt and it is not going to hinder you or a loved one in your life, drive 3.5 hours for that last ProQuest. I've always been a crazy nerd. Also based. Because of the... Yo, Cody, that's brutal, dog. Name's Brett. Australia, bacon and cheese. Ooh, I've never had bacon on a hot dog. I'm kind of in for that. Listen, I'm glad we get to be nerds together. We're nerds about different and the same stuff, which makes us perfect. When the ring goes on, the gloves come off is freaking wild, bro. That is insane. Oh. You could sit here and watch the bozo talk for 3 hours and not even realize the time had passed. That's also very true. It's kind of crazy to me, the amount of people, and I say this very lovingly and very, like, feeling appreciated, the amount of people who are willing to listen to me yap for 3 hours, and I definitely fit into that bozo category. That's for sure. Hell yeah, road trip to Asheville. Now you're married to me. You shall experience the full power of my nerdness, and divorce is expensive. I like the sound of that. Agroblaze field trip. Damien, you like talking more than most human beings I know. I say that with love. Hear me out, bro. Bacon wrapped hot dog topped with mac and cheese. Okay, whoa, hang on. Valk might be cooking here. Valk might be cooking. That's actually, that sounds like a freaking heater, bro. We might make that happen. We might have that on stream one night. Let's go. Yo, Colby, thank you so much for the 4 months. Colby with the 4 months of Prime support. Whether Colby knew it or not, he has now added one to our tally to open the gold foil. 7 more Twitch subscribers or YouTube memberships, and we will open that gold foil on stream. It's looking good. It's looking good, guys. I have a secret hot dog place to share with you. Jacode, you have to hear how that sounds, right? You have to hear how that sounds. Eggs are the best hot dog topping? Oh, I've never had eggs. It does sound good, though. Streamers do be yapping, that's for sure. Okay, we talked about ProQuest data. Let's talk about Calling Brisbane. Calling Brisbane. Only 194 players. I don't really know why. This is a great CC meta. I don't know. Like, I assume that there's a lot of Australian and New Zealand players, considering the game like was created in New Zealand. But I don't know. 194 players seems kind of light. So number 1 repped deck up at the top. We see a lot of these here within like the same one that we're looking at. Mario had 19 players playing Mario. Yo, let's go. Damien with the 5 months of Prime support as well. My man said, gotta get to the gold foil. I love it. I love it. That's 14. We're 1 closer. Only 6 more. And we're going to cross into the promised land of the gold foil. God, I just hope it's a sledge or something cool. Let's see. Cody Williams will say this calling was a failure of a turnout like calling San Diego. I don't know if Cody will say that, to be honest, but I don't think this was a failure. I'm just curious to know why there was less players. Yo, Colby, gifting out 5 subs on Twitch. Colby, thank you so much, man. Colby with the 5 gifted. I appreciate that. Thank you, dude. Colby might just push us to the promised land. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. That means we're 1 away. Means we're 1 away. I mean, Australia's probably expensive to get to, right? So, like, I think a lot of that stuff happens. Like, stuff like that happens. Like, expensive, far away, different time zones, lots of PTO. Makes it tough to travel to. So maybe that's what happened there. Yo, let's go. Samuel, becoming a YouTube member. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Thank you. All right, that puts us at 20. So, you guys want to do it at the end of the stream, right? Not right now.
Lizard.
Come on. It's a little funny. All right, we'll open it now. We'll open it now. Did you do my big hydrate? Oh. Did I miss a big hydrate somewhere? Oh, shit, I did. My bad. Big hydrate for fish, and then we do gold foil. All right, my bad, fish. My bad. Big screen. Big camera. What do you guys think it's going to be? What do you guys think it's going to be? God, please be sledge. Please be sledge. Come on. Be sledge. We want a sledge so bad. If it's Titan's Fist, I'm going to cry because I already own one. Come on. Come on. All right, you ready? I'm going to open it up to you guys first so I can only see it in the camera. Here we go. Boom. No! 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 I just bought one of these! Come on! This is not real life.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I just need a minute. I just need a minute. I cannot believe I opened a freaking Titan's Fist. Right there. Dual wield the hammers is crazy. I have no idea. I mean, yeah, somebody probably wants that, right? Like, there's probably somebody who wants to buy a gold foil sledge, and I'll probably try to sell it at like a pretty. I got my, or I'm sorry, not sledge. I got my Titan's Fist for a pretty good deal. All right, easy there, Desk. Thanks for my hammer, bro. Oh man, I mean, listen, somebody sold me my Titan's Fist at a really good deal, or at least I felt like it was a really good deal If somebody, like, I'll probably post it on Facebook, or I don't know. If one of you guys are interested, shoot me a DM on Discord or Facebook or whatever it is. Like, we'll talk. I'll cut you a deal. Like, I'd rather it be in a good home because I already have one. Like, so yeah. I'll give you a firm handshake and a smile. All right, maybe not that good of a deal. Maybe not that good of a deal. You know what I'm saying? Colby, I swear, if I look at my DMs, bro. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I thought you were. I thought you were trolling, so I literally just like pulled it up to like. I thought it was gonna be funny. Oh, anyway, that was funny. Opening up a Titan's Fist after I bought one. I really hope Brendan sees that. What's a good price for Titan's Fist? I mean, like, I'll level with you guys. I don't really hide prices or anything like that. I bought mine from my boy Brendan on the team for $300. Like, that was what I bought mine for. And everyone that I was finding selling at the time was somewhere between $400 and $500. So I felt like that was a really good deal. So I'll probably try to sell it for that. But I mean, I don't know. We're not trying to make a killing out here. What's the winner's breakfast look like? Spared no details. I have to replicate it for my next PQ. All right, so this is going to tell you a lot about. It's about 600 or 700 Canadian. Wait, that's probably like what? $400 US, something like that. Something like that. I mean, yeah. So like, I'll sell it to somebody for 300 if they're interested. Just because that's what I bought mine for. My breakfast, and this is going to tell you a lot about me. My breakfast on the way to my Pro Quest yesterday. I had count them, two bacon, egg, and cheese Hot Pockets. And then afterwards, as a dessert, after I let it, thaw out a little bit, driving down the road, I had an Uncrustable strawberry PB&J. Again, count them, 2 Dr. Pepper Zeros. Breakfast of Champions. Y'all heard it there. One hammer in each hand would be hilarious. Thought that staples were more expensive. Oh, when I sell my gold foils sealed, I normally sell them for like $250 or $300. Like, most of the time they move for $300. I sold one for $400 one time, but most of the time they move for $300. So yeah, no, definitely a big boy breakfast. That's for sure. I spared no expense for breakfast. To blow up the bathrooms for easy wins. Dude, I swear to God, y'all make me laugh so freaking hard. Y'all crack me the fuck up, bro. Okay, let's talk about calling Brisbane meta. Sorry, okay. Oh, God. All right, so Mario was the #1 represented deck. And then, again, wow. Actually, whoa, this is crazy. So if you take Verdance out of the picture, Mario, Dash.io, Huntsman, Victor, and then Oscilio were the 5 decks in order of their ProQuest wins. If you take Verdance out of the picture. That was literally numbers 2 through 6. Wow, that's really interesting. Okay. Oscilio, Asindra at 11. Vincent at 11. Gravy Bones with a 5. I mean, 5% of the meta was more than I thought from Gravy Bones. Fi at 10. Dory at 8. If Dory continues doing well, so we talked about this earlier, and like, I'm worried about, like, Gravy Bones like sliding back up into the meta, right? But the thing that like kind of could work out for us as Victor players is that if we can dodge Gravies for a few early rounds, there's a pretty decent chance that decks like Katsu or Ira or Dorinthia or even Oscilio could kind of just like farm the Gravy Bones players and then put us in a better spot. Now, I don't know about that, but I don't know. What kind of shampoo do I use? It is a Head and Shoulders that has no It's like all natural Head and Shoulders shampoo. How many times did you take a piss during your PQ win? 4. I want an iron grip into gravy with Golden Sun. Oh, that's awesome, Marcus. That's awesome. Yo, what's up, Sean? So the meta is interesting. With Verdance being gone, Gravy Bones does lose a good matchup, so there's less reason to play Gravy Bones right now, which I think kind of makes sense. You can probably expect to see a deck like Valda be more represented. Let's see, what else did like Verdance just kind of pick on? Prism loses a better matchup, I think. Dory gets better, which is good for us. Huntsman probably gets better, which is good for us. Oscilio gets better, I think, because I think Verdance was favored into Oscilio, which is not like crazy for us. Syndra gets better. Vincent gets better, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you should get that checked. I mean, I beat 4 times across. Oh, I didn't update the goal. Sorry. We did get to 20. We did get to 20 and do the gold foil. I don't want anybody to be misled. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting how the meta adapts, right? Do I single knot or double knot my shoes? Single knot every time. Vincent gets worse. I mean, that's true. Vincent is one of those decks that does have a natural counter most of the time. I'm planning to play Dio, but I really don't want to suffer with months of fatigue slop. I mean, Slop is kind of doing well in the meta right now. Here is our... Yeah, no, I'm still blown away that I opened the Titan's Fist after I bought one. Big Sag. Here is our day 2 conversion rate. 2 decks had a 50% conversion rate, Phi and Gravy Bones. That is really interesting. Victor at 36%. Dio at 29%. Huntsman at 25%. Quite a few decks with good percentages. These are the 2 that really stand out to me. Even when Verdance was legal, she had one person of 11, I think is what it was, convert to day 2. Right? Or no, it was more than that. I don't know. But she had one person convert to day 2. Syndra had one person of what was 11 convert to day 2. RKO went 2 for 5. Jarl went 2 for 5. Vinny went 3 for 11. Oscilio went 3 for 11. Dorinthio went, what, like 3 for 8? Mario, all the way down to 21%. 4 out of 19. 21% conversion rate for the best deck and for like the most represented deck in the room. Bolton with 50%, but it was only 1, right? I don't know. This is interesting, right? Phi Cabal? I mean, I would love to see Phi tick up in popularity, to be honest. I would love to see something like that. And then let's also take a look at top 8. Let's take a look at top 8 and see what we got. So top 8 was the only repeat hero in top 8 was Victor. I'm going to have to get like some horse noises added to my soundboard or something so that we can have something, right? Brisbane is where a lot of the misplays happened on stream. Yes, there was a lot of things that were like played out very incorrectly. We have 1 Huntsman, 1 Mario, Victor, Dash.io, Sam Sutherland playing Dash.io. Second Victor, Zachary Gardner, which I think Hayden Dale had picked to make top 8. Nick Malev, who was playing Oscilio, ended up winning the whole thing. And then we had Gravy Bones and what I'm assuming is Fatiguities. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm assuming that was Fatiguities. I didn't get to see their quarterfinals game. I'm assuming it was. I haven't seen the list. In top 8, Huntsman beats Mario. Victor beats Dio. Oscilio beats Victor. Gravy Bones beats Fatigues. In the semis, Victor beats Huntsman. Oscilio beats Gravy. And then in the finals, Oscilio beats Victor. Now, the thing that stands out is that all of these Victors were playing AB1, which I think is like kind of interesting. It's a little different, right, than like what we're used to seeing. I think a lot of people are playing like AB2 or AB3. So that question was a trick. Wait, what question? What question? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Anyway, this was calling Brisbane. This was the meta. I mean, I think that the meta continues to look very diverse, and a lot of the heroes continue to look like they can do good things in this format, which I think is a good thing for the game. Yeah. I don't know. Let's take a look at, you know what? We've done the goals thing. Let's just get rid of it so it's not on the screen. You guys don't have to look at that anymore. Let's take a look at my Victor deck and let's play some games. This was the list that I played this weekend at my 2 ProQuests. Looking at this, we are on a 51 card main deck. I am on all 3 copies of Debilitate, but I have the 3rd one in the sideboard. We're on 30 blues. I did play Ripple Away this weekend. I did not play against a Vincent. I did not really have any matchups that I felt like Ripple Away got a ton of value. I did deny an agility token to Dorinthia on the lead with speed card, the one that makes an agility token. Did that twice this weekend, so that did feel pretty good. So Ripple Away did have some like value. All of these are cards we should be used to seeing at this point. Like none of this is like crazy talk. We are on Crown of Dominion now as a way to be more aggressive and to just like get more like offense going very early on in the game. And we're also on Mono Tunic. I am on Mono Tunic for this version of the deck. In the sideboard, we are on AB2 and Titan's Fist to be able to swap out. We're on 3 copies of Erase Face. I was testing the Weakest Link last week to see how it felt, but we've now come back to playing all 3 copies of Erase Face. Erase Face is good into Cinderify, Dash.io, Oscilio, Fang. It has a lot of like matchups that it works really well in. So I really like having Erase Face in the sideboard as a 3 of over the Weakest Link. There can be times where the Weakest Link can get decent value, but Erase Face I think just fits better. We're on 3 copies of Pummel. The list that I'm playing is playing Mono Tunic, so we are on, you know, like a more aggressive list. We're trying to get into the red zone. We're trying to push damage. We're trying to do all the things that we can do. So we're on 3 copies of Pummel. We are on 2 copies of Staunch Response. I was on Staunch Response. I was originally on Shelter from the Storm, but I ended up playing Staunch Response because I just really like Staunch, and I just think it like fits well into the deck. Being able to like pitch Riches to it is really cool. So there's some pretty fun things you can do with Staunch Response that I think makes it very, very valuable. I am also on 2 copies of Trounce. Trounce was very good this weekend. Trounce was very, very good this weekend. I really liked it. And name under review. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Congrats on staying true to your inner self and bringing the Goldmane champion that you are, Rob. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. The deck is such a grief. Where is the strike golds? It's as if you don't want the community's decks to get better. Yeah, Jesse has been huffing something. I don't even think it's copium at this point. I don't even know what the hell Jesse's doing, bro. He's on crazy. Is high current currency not worth running? It could be. It's a 3 block. It's a miss. So, like, if I was going to play high current currency, it's probably like the choke slam, right? Like, it probably fits into that slot as another miss. The way the deck is set up right now, I am on a max of 14 misses in all of my matchups. We are playing 7 in the main deck. I'm on 3 Goldmane Estates, 3 Tests of Strengths, and a Riches. So we're on 7 main deck misses. And then we are boarding into 6 most of the time, but occasionally an extra one. So we are on a max of 14 misses in all of our matchups, which I think added a lot of consistency to my weekend this past weekend. I think recently with my deck building, I've been getting a little too greedy. I've been looking too far outside of the box instead of focusing on what Victor's good at. So we're going to stick with what Victor does and knows. And we'll see how the Oscilio games go tonight. I'm probably going to specifically look for Oscilio games to see how it feels. So, but yeah, I guess high current currency could fit here. If we drew it as a one of against our Victor opponent with their Tunic on 2, we could snipe 2 golds, could be pretty good. Strike gold for gravy. Trust me, it's the sauce. Okay. What? He's hiding the team list. Zach, just let everyone know that after you win Memphis, they can have the tech. Sam's right. I'm hiding the team list. Yeah, Virtus did hit LL, and I'm very excited about that. I'm very excited about that. I lost to a Kasai on ProQuest who used high current currency on me twice. I mean, to be fair, like if Victor starts picking up and mono Tunic is everywhere, like high current currency could be the play. High current currency could be the play. We are looking for a specific hero, and I tell you what, I want to see how bad Gravy Bones is as well tonight. So we're going to do Gravy and Oscilio. We're going to do both to see what it feels like. I'm curious to see what Gravy feels like. I've not played against Gravy in a minute. So, and I'm gonna do some off-stream testing this week, so I'll probably update my list as I keep working on things, but just so you guys are aware of what's going on. So I'm trying to get all the slides set up here so we have everything here. I mean, Rosie, if you want to jump in, let's do it. Just don't tick up Tunic. The big brain plays. I mean, the Gravy's made some interesting plays this weekend. I will say that. How did you like Tough Nut during the Brisbane calling? Was Tough Nut on camera? I didn't get to watch the whole calling. Unfortunately, it was so late for me. I fell asleep. I have someone who wants to trade your fist for their sledge. Yo, are you being for realsies? That would be crazy. I don't know if this is Rose or not. Let's see. We have a Gravy button. It's somewhere in here. We're going to take a look at what Gravy Bone says. Being on balance, I think, is correct. I'm not on pummels, really. You guys want to try it without pummels or not? Like, the problem is that I just don't think we can add in any more misses. So, like, it's play 2 trounces or play 2 pummels. Did we play trounces or pummels? Oh, it is Rose? Rose, give me 1 second. I'm looking at my sideboard. I did watch that game. That was Clue, right? Or Clue TCG, I believe. I made the deck. All right. Somebody said 1 trounce, 1 pummel. Let's see which one feels better. I'm kind of here for it. Yo, is the Talishar UI like completely different? How long have I been gone? How long have I been gone? Swear to God, I just was gone this weekend. Gravy, and we are going first, which is kind of nice. Yeah, I guess we'll just go ahead and run out this Goldmane estate, set up a gold so we can get some good value going here. See if we find something we want to arsenal. I think Debilitate's a pretty good arsenal. We'll just chuck the choke slam at him. Just chuck the choke slam, and we will just set up. Yo, there's multiple cards over here. Whoa. Talishar UI moving up in the world. Talishar UI moving up in the world is kind of cool. I'm kind of here for this. I mean, there are definitely times when they steal some gold. It is what it is, you know? Loot to hold is Arsenal, right? Oh, they discard a card? Is it called Loot the Arsenal? Is Loot the Arsenal one? Lol. The memes are unreal. I wonder if there's a world where we can like tempo them. I doubt it, right? Tip the barkeep into Call to the Grave. Go get a chum. And then I'm assuming it's attack. We'll see if we can get a clash win here. We win with a ripple away. How funny is that? So I'm going to chuck this Cranial Crush at the chum, and we're going to IP the ripple away. I think we'll just get this off the board. I'd like to wait for a better turn to try to do something fun, and we can like use ripple away to try and deny gold, hopefully. As Talishar moves up, so does my crash count. You mean like how often Talishar crashes? Oh, it's a mobile UI they're working on? That's pretty neat. Oh, you have his 2.0 list? Oh, that's pretty cool. Do I even want to use this here to deny a gold? This is interesting. Because we, like, if there's a conqueror here, it's very awkward, right? What is their decision point? We have to keep 2 cards to E-strike something. Other than that, we don't get a lot of value. We're going to go for it and see what happens. I want to see how this play works out. Because the safe play is just to keep it to block. Okay. Well, it appears that Rose's hand was kind of awkward. I think I'm going to keep the other E-strike in hand. And we're just going to name Go again. And we're just going to kill this and then pass. Oh, there's a Nathan Crawford and there's a Josh Lau now. Oh boy, you guys are cooking. What would you use to replace Ripple Away? I sold my playset long ago. I mean, if I was... I was looking to replace Ripple Away, like it's probably just like blue choke slams get put back into the list if I had to guess. Let's see. What is that? 6 reds in a row because the blue was the first one we drew. Hopefully we can get some grip value here. We just need to be able to keep 2 cards so that we can block here. So Milk, I did not want to just hammer the ally because I wanted to be able to keep this in my hand. I wanted to be able to keep the second, or I wanted to be able to keep the second E-strike in my hand. So, I mean, like the grip doesn't get any value here. Are we just blocking 7 for efficiency? We are risking it a little bit here. We could block double boulder drop. Take 1, keep the grip for later. I mean, if the game comes down to it, this could matter later, right? And there's no like hook activation here, so we're just taking 1. Yeah, that seems fine. Take 2 life from the Lone Shark. We'll just name both power. It doesn't matter. All right, so there's one golden play, one rum token. You guys like the voice crack right there? So I think we'll just take 3 here. I think I'm okay with that. Taking 3 seems fine. Yo, what's up, Cusco? Because of LDE? Wait, what? See, there it is. Now we're going to block with Revelation. Flip up our Debilitate. And then I think I'm pretty content just taking 6 here. I'd like to Arsenal a Command and Conquer and try to set up with it if I can help it. We'll just fall down to 28. We're going to throw Debilitate for 9 upstairs. I think I'm okay leaving the Rigor Mortis in play for now. And we can Arsenal the CNC and try to set up for the potential pummel that we could draw into. Activate Compass in response. And we're just going to go upstairs. See if Rose decides to block or just take 9. Okay, Rose with a weird one just decides to block. Just going to swing her Grimortis, I'm sure. Okay. That at least makes sense. Yeah, we'll just Clash of Bravado, I guess. See what's lurking. We have an 8. Oh, scrub the deck. Somebody get Sam. Scrub the deck mentioned. I would love to try and have like a group mill in Memphis. That would be a lot of fun. Do we want to overpitch the pummel, or are we just going to try and like sandbag value until we can get to it? That is an interesting question. I don't think we can just sit on the pummel. I think we're just kind of forced to... I mean, I didn't really want to give up one of our golds there. We could kill the Rigor Mortis and just pass and like try to greed. Let's try to greed. We're playing one pummel. I want to see how the pummel feels. So I don't know that this is great, but we'll see what happens. We'll just kill the ally, force Rose to put something into play. There are currently no allies in the bin, so... Hey, what's up, Josh? Yo, Michael, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, last-ditch effort? Yeah. There was a last-ditch effort pitched earlier, so... we did add some points to the horse. That is true. Ripple away. So trading a scrub the deck for a ripple away. So this is all that's coming this turn? I mean, blocking with the Midas Touch doesn't feel great, but... kind of think this is okay, right? Because we're just going to try... we're going to use Pot of Greed here. And we're just going to try and play the CNC pummel. Think it's going to be the plan? I don't remember where I was at, but we were in Memphis and we went downtown and got barbecue somewhere last year when we were in Memphis at the Calling, and it was really good. It was like one of those like places that has been there forever downtown. Yeah, I think we just need to do this to try to swing some tempo our way. Like, this doesn't really have like an effect, but Rose wants to chat. So pummel here, right? I said maybe, maybe not. I did see Bravo won a ProQuest. I thought that was pretty cool. Rose did sniff out the pummel very well. Westies? I've never tried Westies, no. Yeah, Bravo got points. Bravo got LL points this weekend, which is kind of crazy. It is crazy how hard Ripple Away would go on this turn. Yeah, it is absolutely crazy how hard Ripple Away would go on this turn. In Montreal? I don't know when we'll go back to Montreal. Okay, so we're going to use rum to put this into play. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, I mean, I guess I can't give you an equipment and block this is the theory? Is the thinking here? Now I need a break. I don't think you missed anything too interesting. We're kind of just like jacking my jaw and we're playing against Gravy ourselves. The race is between Bravo and Dory, and this one time I hope Guardian wins. I mean, I don't think Bravo or Dory's going anywhere anytime soon. So I'm really looking for Oscilio games tonight. Frozen. Just like paired into like Rose, because like Rose like helps us test quite a bit. So I was just like pairing into Rose, because like I was like, well, we might as well try Gravy. So I'm probably gonna look for Oscilio games after this, but if we end up playing against another Gravy, like I'm down to try it for sure. So, oh God, please activate Hook. Okay, so wait a second. We should hook this, right? Or we should Ripple Away this. Yeah, we should Ripple Away this to deny them gold. Yo, Jake, that's awesome. So if we Ripple Away this, we get to grip, and then when they attack, actually, we can Ripple Away this, and then we can not block, right? Because this is an action card. So Don't make a gold there. If I take 4, we can take 4. So that we can block out the gold-baited hook activation next turn. And this shouldn't make a gold because of Ripple Away. Yeah, so there's no gold because of Ripple Away. And then it's just attack like this, and we just get to block this out and kill the Scuba. Wow, beating a Conqueror is actually pretty good. Does not pan out like that very often. Why doesn't it ripple away? It looks like it stopped everything. Because Avashi's an action card. And this is an action card, so it does stop the gold, right? Pseudo? I think we're just forced to kill the Scuba here. And if we get hit by the -1, it's going to feel bad, but it is what it is. Rose just said, I hate Ripple. Correct, Avaschi stops it. Oh, sure. Yeah. We can't stop Hook, but it does stop the Avaschi. Yeah. That's why we waited to block out. Because if we block early, like Rose can get greedy and go for the Hook activation and then swing 6, and we're stuck blocking with multiple cards and not clearing an ally. And I think it's better for us to clear an ally here. Ban Ripple Away? What? Yeah, we'll just Clash of Bravado here. I am okay with losing this one. I don't even have an aura they want to, like, they don't even have an aura I want to destroy. So we know they have a Fearless in play. I think we're going to block like this. And I'm going to throw the Debilitate for 9. We'll take 2 down to 21. There was no Hook activation there. We can just throw 9. So there's a Fearless in hand for sure. We don't know what's in their arsenal. And then I think just trying to see if we can get Rose to block a little bit's a good play here. Ripple Away makes Cog in the machine not work, so I support the ban. Everybody dislikes what they dislike, I suppose, right? So we put a grip on the bottom earlier. Rose just said, stop hitting me and kill my ally. This is our second test of strength, and we have 1 trounce we haven't seen yet. I think I'm pretty content to just take 2 here, right? Because we're probably just going to be forced to, like, chuck something at the chum. Okay, so there's the Fearless confrontation. Is this where I discard a card? And then this is 8. So we get to go Test of Strength right behind you and Aura Magus. We'll right behind you first. Leaving a blue 6 on top is fine with me. They have a Tip the Barkeep. We make a gold. We draw this. We can throw Debilitate at Chum. Hopefully we don't get hit with a Fearless. There might be a world where I'm just supposed to throw the Golden Sun here without cracking a gold. to make sure we don't get blown out. But I think we need the Golden Sun to be able to try and save some value here later in the game. Goldmane Estate could do some pretty cool stuff. All of our ripple aways are gone, unfortunately. So no no denying the gold for us. How many allies do they have left in the bin? A scuba? So, am I supposed to block with Goldmane Estate here? Feels incorrect to block with Goldmane Estate. So I think we're supposed to block Disable and Thunderquake. And then we can hammer the Sawbones, Arsenal, E-Strike, because all the conks are gone. I think right now we're just in this position. I think we've done a good job of managing both life totals and managing the board. Ignoring Rigor Mortis has worked better for us so far this game than I thought it would, but there is still a Mage Master Boots and a Gold Kiss Realm in play. Sawbones feels like one we have to immediately clear. Next turn, we can try to block with 2 cards, keep 2 cards, and then clear the board and try to set up a little bit better. Test of Strength is going to help us do that. That is 1 gold draw. Riches makes a gold, so that is a free activation. How many ley lines is this? Okay. They pitched one early. Rose pitched one early. Guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Appreciate you guys chilling while we are playing some games and working through some matchups. Means a lot. Twitch has got its like own issues going on right now. I don't know what's going on with Twitch. If I need to, I will consider cracking balance here. I mean, Rose has done a good job of denying balance, but I think I'd like to... Okay, here we go. Rum turn. So we're probably going to be using balance this turn. What? Why? I'm so confused by this play. I guess it's to get value out of this. So we can crack this. That's pretty good. I mean, that feels like pretty good value to me. Snipe the last card, block with a thunk, and then we can block Test of Strength in another card. I mean, hopefully we win this clash, because if not, it's going to be pretty awkward. We're going to target ourselves, winning with a Macho Grande. Discard the Whaler. I mean, that's probably where she wanted that to be, so it's probably fine. We have a Macho on top of our deck. We just put our Singleton Trounce to the bottom, which is worth noting. This has a hook activation. I mean, this was a pretty big turn, right? Draw into our Macho Grande, kill the... We're going to have to try and find a turn to, like, turn the corner here. We're just going to go with the Scuba and hope there's no Fearless. Because we need a turn to start getting aggressive again. In fact, Verdance is gone. Praise be. Get Verdance out of here. All right, so no more rum tokens, because I believe both the Tip the Barkeeps are gone, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there's most lists are on 2 that I've seen. So 2 of those being gone is very good for us. I'm assuming one of those prismatic ley lines got put back in the deck. No. Okay. There has not been a gold made this turn. I'm really curious to see. I was like, yeah, if she's willing to risk this. Let's ride behind you and see what we have. Let's bottom right behind you. Or, I'm sorry, let's bottom the blue debilitate. No fearless, please. Was there a fearless on top of the deck? Well, that's unfortunate for us. That is unfortunate for us. This works out reasonably well, I think, all things considered. We get to block 7, take 4, snipe their card, hopefully. And then, yeah, leave that on top. That's fine. Discard Navaschi. And then we get to swing Debilitate at this. So having the red in our deck worked out pretty well. Yeah, I mean, I have to say, like, the Fearless Confrontation hurt pretty bad last turn. Please have a weird one. I was like, there is like no gold in play right now. So back alley break line is absolutely criminal. What allies are there? A rigor mortis. I think we're just going to give up flexors here. Two action points off the break line is so good. Scrub the deck? Sure. The fact that you just get to swing both of these is criminal. We're just going to give flexors value. I am just going to no blocks and give flexors here. We're going to have a swing turn to get back into this game. Yeah, looking at the deck size, we are like going to have a swing turn to get back into this game. Kill one of these. And then maybe there's a world where Command and Conquer for 11 next turn is a good enough play to try to get us tempo. And then maybe we can try to like cheat a game out with the Golden Sun or something. We have a little bit of life to go, but if we can leak enough over, then I think there's a real shot for that. It doesn't matter. Okay. Yo, Zombie, thank you. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that back alley break line hurt a lot. Back alley break line off the top hurt a lot. That enabled 6 extra damage on the turn. I mean, I know there's allies left. Last Chum does not feel very good. I think we just have to block Trounce here, right? So we put a Macho Grande on the bottom. They put a Conqueror on the bottom. We hit a Debilitate. Oh, they are. So Rose is on 3. Tip the Barkeep. Okay. Take 1 off the swell is fine. How many allies are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then there's 2 on board. Or I'm sorry, there's 2 in play. So there's 4 or 5 left. I mean, I'm kind of intrigued by this decision, right? So this is 4 with a gold activation. We have to cover this up. Ripping cards off the top and try to send something face. Hopefully keep 1 card next turn and then CNC for 11 when they're down to like 8. I mean, it's very possible that that I've played this very incorrectly. It does feel like this is like the game started out in a good way, but I've played the end game very poorly. I'm definitely gonna have to go back and watch some of this. But it does feel like I have played the end game pretty poorly. Because we need this to do quite a bit of damage for us to be able to win with the Golden Sun. Third Tip the Barkeep is on the bottom. How many conks are left? Shuffled 2 conks back in. Okay, Scuba. I mean, we might be in ignore the board mode at this point, unfortunately. The problem with sending the Golden Sun there is that I couldn't without the Chum activation getting me. Like, maybe it was a risk I was supposed to take, but even then, like, there's no way lethal connected. So what are we looking at here? Actually, are we supposed to take this? Because there's a Rigor Mortis in play. It's all about what they send afterwards as the follow-up, right? Oh, we had the Vigor token. I forgot about the Trounce. Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about that. You're right. We still could have thrown that, but I don't know that it would have mattered. Am I supposed to not block this and go to 1? And then give 2 cards to whatever Rose does afterwards? I think since it's a yellow, this is our go to 1 situation. Blocking with 1 card and Tunic. So if we play the estate, we do just end up in a. I mean, if we play the estate, we definitely can't do anything, right? Because we're wasting the 6 mites. I'm going to see what Rose does in response here. We do get a chum activation. Okay. I just don't think I think I've lost this one. I think we're just out of value here. And I think we have to have the blues in our deck at this point. We needed there not to be an ally there. Yeah, I think I've played this in-game state very poorly. Yeah, that's it. That'll do it. I'm just going to take the damage here and die. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and watch that game because that game started out in a very positive way for us, and I played that game very poorly at the end. Like down the stretch, I could feel the game slipping away, and I need to go back and look. I need to go back and look to see what could have happened to have played that game differently. Yeah, I played that one very wrong down the stretch. I just can't identify where sitting here. Matt did say that there was probably a turn, like there was probably like turns where like I should have started ignoring allies and trying to go upstairs to get cards off the top of the deck. Because if we can get like some cards off the top of the deck, then like maybe we can like whittle down the life total a little bit. Or maybe we're in a situation where Rose starts protecting her deck. I don't think so. But if we can whittle the life total down, then there's a Golden Sun out at the end of the game, which I think I should have played to. And not playing to probably cost me the game down the stretch. Because the game started out in a very good way. It was going very well for us. We were getting good value out of our equipment against the Conqueror of the High Seas. We were getting very good value. We got a lot of value out of Debilitates. And the Iron Fist Revelation got a lot of value that game. So like everything early really panned out, but like just down the stretch did not. Played the early game well and was in a good position. I cannot spell position. Started playing poorly down the stretch and ended up throwing it away. Watch back for window to pivot to offense. If I can find an opportunity to play offense there, then we're in a much better spot because that would have just been better down the stretch there. Just a mistake. I'm not super familiar with playing against Gravy, but it feels like you have to battle the tide of allies, and then at some point you have to say screw it and give up on the board and push for the end. Yeah, I agree. I think there was definitely a window of opportunity where I could have like played for actually winning the game as opposed to trying not to lose the game, and it would have been a lot better for us, I think. Yeah, I agree. I think there was definitely a window there. Well, I'd really like to play against Oscilio, so I think we're going to go back to looking for Oscilio and see if we can get that to pop up there. Is Talishar doing the thing where it's not pulling in what I want it to be doing? Preview, looking for Oscilio. Like, I know how to play against Tough Nut. I know how to play against Katsu. Like, we can play those games if you guys want to, but like I'm looking to test and look for weaknesses right before we get to Memphis this weekend. Because I'd like to try and iron out some of the things that we need better in the list. Yo, what's up, Brad? Anything different in your list to the old ones? Oh, got you talking about Rose's list. Not gonna lie, Chowder kind of hot. Ooh, interesting. He's got the Tough Nut matchup nailed. I mean, listen. I would be lying if I said I didn't feel very good in the Tough Nut. Yo, Brad, what's up, dude? All right, so right now the plan into Oscilio is, well, I need to update the matchup. We're supposed to be on Balance. We're on Grindstone. And then the idea is that we are being as aggressive as possible. We are bringing in 3 copies of Test of Iron Grip to disrupt them, 3 copies of Pummel, and 3 copies of Erase Face so that we are on our 13 misses that we're looking for. And that's the goal. That is the goal. I think I just need to play. I need to see how this goes. I've not had a chance to play against Oscilio yet with this board. So I'd really like to see how this plays out. Plus, going second for us is better according to Fablazing. Oh, yeah, they want to activate that, sure. I mean, I don't know if they even, like... They're going to Mind Warp us? Sure. So, I mean, will AB2 getting rid of... I guess we can overpitch to try to find some, like, offense here. I'm probably going to discard Ripple Away here. Like, it doesn't do anything, and I would rather just find something to do. He goes to go to bed so I can pass out myself. Yo, thanks, Brad. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Felt pretty good to get a win. Well, this hand also sucks. Again, I think in the interest of just trying to clear out our hand, I'm just going to swing for 8. We could swing the hammer and pummel it and then arsenal something, but like, I don't want to arsenal anything other than the pummel here, so we're just going to swing 8 because it's a big number. I kind of like the new UI. It looks good. So we don't actually stop them from getting an embodiment from Sigil of Lightning because this is an instant aura, and Ripple Away says if an action card effect. So we don't actually get any value out of making that play. We don't stop them from having an embodiment. If we did, I would have hung on to it so that we could try to make that happen. Because denying them an embodiment could be very relevant. It's just, unfortunately, it doesn't pan out that way for us. Pummeling a disable could be okay. Seems unlikely. We're more likely to just, like, block a little bit here. Like to deny them the CLV if I can. Haven't played with Ripple Away? Yeah, no, I completely understand. They're going to bounce the CLV so they can keep it around for another turn. Or they're just trying to get, like, lightning card value here. We'll just block like this. I mean, if they want to play the CLV, they can, but, like, I'm interested. I know it's there. I'm interested in denying them value if we can. We can deny them value off of Astrovolt, yes. I'm assuming they don't have an arcane spell. We deadass have to say no blocks here. We have no golden play to use riches for, which means we have to say no blocks so that we can send the hammer to make a gold. That is super unfortunate for us. That feels really bad. My fiance snorted because out of context pummel a disable sound awful. I mean, that does sound pretty bad, Brian, when you put it that way. Since the Armory deck released, I pummeled an Oakenold and it felt like I committed a crime. Oh, pummeling an Oakenold should be like straight to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $200, like 100%. That should be illegal. No questions. What do we draw is the question. A race face? Well, I mean, if we have the ability to keep 2 cards next turn, a race face pummel will be a very good turn. They clearly have a Blast to Oblivion turn. Oh, okay, maybe not. They're just using Cloud Cover to cover this up. I mean, I do really like having Tech Plating in the deck, but I'm trying this like mono Tunic build to see how it feels. We're gonna block like this. They have another channel, sure. And we only get so much equipment, and I'm not willing to give up my shield this early in the game. This would have to be a blink. I mean, it very well could be a blink. No, they're just picking this back up. Upgrading the crap out of my PC setup. I think you'd like it. Oh, I have no idea. I have no doubt that I would love it, Brad. Erase Face gets good value off of denying them Volzar. Plus the pummel here can get some like extra value at like trying to slow them down a little bit. You're also playing Old Knocker into us and not Tunic, which is a little surprising. I know that a lot of people play Tunic into us. Yeah, well, yeah, you said your setup, so I assumed you meant like the stuff surrounding your PC, not your actual PC. Let's just get some value out of this. Let's try to anyway. They discard a card, they discard Discharge. Erase Face is active, which means they cannot keep Channel Lightning Valley around if they tried to. I think we can just block 6. And then throw CNC. Okay. I think throwing CNC is pretty powerful because they need this to combo off, so we are automatically disrupting them one more time, which is pretty good for us. Would have been kind of cool to be able to wait a turn and go CNC pummel, knowing they have a Gone in a Flash in their arsenal, but leaving them with an extra card could have had like, worse consequences for us. Any updates on the Shield Beater side consideration? So I haven't actually had a chance to try it. If I'm just leveling with you entirely, I have not had a chance to try it. Top it. I would like to, but it's probably going to be after Memphis. I don't know that I'm going to have time to try it before this weekend. Although Shield Beater could be really good this weekend. So they're down to 21. We get their Gone in a Flash. We know they have a Sigil of Brilliance and 3 unknown cards in hand. What did they discard? They discarded a Comet Storm and Shock? Ew, this hand sucks. I mean... It's like, I don't know, Chief called. This ain't it, unfortunately. Built a custom standing desk with a standing frame and a butcher block countertop? That's kind of cool. That sounds dope as hell, Brad. This hand blocks. Unfortunately, we don't, we want to be blocking, but we don't want to be blocking in this matchup. I'm debating seeing if we can keep a Golden Sun to crack a gold to draw blue and swing the hammer. Because we're probably going to have to block with a Spinal Crush. What did they pick up? They picked up Sigil of Brilliance. I'm surprised they didn't pick up a Conductivity to make an embodiment here. Because of what chat said regarding fatigue spiking? I mean, no, I agree. Like, if we are on Trounces and we are on Shield Beater into Huntsman, that could be a pretty significant upgrade for us. That actually could be pretty decent depending on like how it lines up. I don't hate that idea. Do we want to balance here? Like, this kind of feels like a balance hand to me. Please hit a blue. I think we're going to balance and try to hit a blue. Okay. We can at minimum throw the Spinal Crush. Now, if they have gone in a flash combo, this is not the best thing in the world. But if they're looking at another regular hand, this could be a very good disruption piece, giving us time to look for another Command and Conquer, another Erase Face to be able to play with this Pummel in our arsenal. I like 3 Righteous Cleansing in Victor, Good Into the Mirror, and other Fatigue Guardians. 2 main board, 1 inventory. So I've been very skeptical of Righteous Cleansing. I think there's always been a really good place for Righteous Cleansing when we've been trying to counter Verdance. But I don't know how I feel about it now that Verdance has gone. And I mean that like I haven't tested it, but Righteous Cleansing is a very good card. Right now with the way my deck's set up, I just don't know what I replace with it. Like, it would like take Clash of Bravado's place, and I just don't know that that's a reasonable change to make. Okay. Looks like they're going to do quite a bit of damage here. They're already planning to use the... We've only seen 1 Mind Warp, which scares me. They've already used the Arm Piece. I mean, we literally did draw the CNC to be able to play this out, which would be nice. I would like to be able to make this happen. They gain 3 life. Sigil of Brilliance. Etchings. I think I'm just going to pitch the E-Strike here, right? We can save a little bit of life. We can play CNC Pummel from Arsenal, and then we can Arsenal this Pummel. We had 0 ways of stopping the effect. Hopefully they didn't put an instant in their arsenal. That would be bad for us. 2 Gone in a Flashes are gone. So if this is their 3rd Gone in a Flash, this could be a back-breaking turn. So, I mean, Tunic and Tech Plating, like, kind of serve the same role, right? Like when we talk about cards like Righteous Cleansing or other things like that, except it requires less setup from Tunic. That's what I like about Tunic, is that you don't have to have, like, all this, like, crazy tempo. We're going to play the Pummel. I mean, getting a card out of their hand and a card out of their arsenal, like, helps. Getting a Mind Warp is massive. They could have went for the Mind Warp last turn and it would have been backbreaking. I'm very glad they did not think of that. God, they're still going to have 4 cards after that? How? How are you still going to have 4 cards? Cancer. Spurlock Classic, CNC Pummel, only this time the trigger can't be ignored. I mean, come on now. We wouldn't do that even if we had the opportunity to. We wouldn't do that even if we had the opportunity to. Not how I like to play the game. We put that grip to the bottom, and this is only like the first clash we've seen besides this, right? I mean, I think we'll just block with this. This is fine. Like, we're potentially giving up some value, but we can try to pummel the Golden Sun. That would be ideal. Pummeling the Debilitate would also be very powerful. Trying not to count my what is it? Count my eggs before they hatch, or count your chickens, or I don't know. Insert something my grandmother used to say when I was a kid. You know? Hey, what's up, Michael? Oh. Ooh, Ether Spindle. So Ether Spindle comes in for 6. We AB2. I think AB2 is correct at the idea that we can pummel the debilitate. Maybe I'm supposed to let them opt 5. And then go for the Golden Sun play. The problem is that that still doesn't win me the game. It does get me closer, but it doesn't win me the game. I will say I have really enjoyed Red Debilitate. Red Debilitate came at the suggestion of Filippo when I had the chance to interview him the other day. And this has and like I've really liked the card ever since. Yo, Matthew Folks casually throwing down 500. I'd argue we take 1 damage to pitch E-Strike and have Tunic up for Pummel next turn. We take 1 damage to pitch E-Strike. Oh my god. This like, yo, Matthew Folks is like inciting a war. I love it, dude. I love it. I mean, listen, if you come in and you're willing to just like put your money like $500 on the line, like tip my hat to you. That is like quite literally putting your money where your mouth is. That's pretty impressive. The full etchings that turn? Oh. And then we can leave Tunic up? Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. So that we can keep the E-Strike. I mean, it's 1 extra damage, right? Like, kind of what's the point there? That's fair. We'll just block Ripple away. The good news is that even Hammer takes a card from here. And we just really need to survive this. What are they picking up? So they targeted Sigil of Conductivity. I guess it was that or Channel. Was their option? And then Glyph Overlay for 1 billion. Okay. So they're going to draw a card off of Sigil of Brilliance, and they're going to draw a card off of Channel Lightning Valley. Activate Oscilio. Consign to Cosmos does not... Are you not entertained? Get your action point back. I don't really know that matters to you from here. And then we are going to throw 7 because it requires at least 2 cards unless there is the first defense reaction of the game. Chat indeed gone strong after this. I agree. Oh, no, dude. Michael, you're fine, dude. You are absolutely fine. Like, whenever you see something like that, like, I always encourage people to throw it in there, to throw it in the chat. It's just like sometimes like if like it's delayed for me, so like I might miss it a little bit, not completely follow what you're talking about. Also, we beat an Oscilio. Hooray! We did it! Da-da-da-da. I mean, we played 3 pummels in 8 turns. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Michael, what are you playing? And I asked because like I'm kind of looking to test into like Oscilio and like certain things tonight. Is why I asked that. Also, it's 9:30. We probably have time for one more quick one because I got to record the podcast at 9. Actually, I should see if we're still doing that. I haven't heard from them. haven't heard anything from Taylor and company, so I assume we're still doing the podcast. I only say that we might not be doing it tonight because Taylor, I know that has Betsy. No, I do not want to play you playing Betsy. Okay, well, let's look for an Oscilio game. That's a pretty quick one. Let's look for another Oscilio game. I'd like to test that one more time to see how it feels. Because I mean, we did play all 3 pummels in 8 turns. Like that's a pretty good feeling. Pummel on CNC or Erase Face is very good in this matchup. Could have kept E-Strike. We do want to go second in this matchup, according to Fablazing. I have to fix the Oscilio matchup to be Balance of Justice after this. I will do that tonight before I go to bed. If not, I will do it tomorrow. Like, I have a lot of meetings tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Promise. Swearsies. To make sure Tunic was up for next pummel would have been one more damage and more efficient. Okay. 16 Oscilio, Brocilio, and we are going second. All right. I think we'll take one here. I mean, if it's a CLV or something, it's going to feel bad. My opponent's also playing, they're playing Cap of Quick Thinking into me. That cannot be right. That has to be a mistake, right? And they're playing Old Knocker. So again, I'm noticing now that like this, like tonight anyway, like the 2 Oscilio games, my opponents are favoring Old Knocker into me as opposed to Tunic, which last week was like Tunic everywhere. And like that felt pretty correct from what I was seeing because you're able to get more long-term value out of Glyph and things like that. But I don't know. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. All right, so we leak 1, which is unfortunate. E-Strike. Bottom the Golden Sun for Go Again into 7, which is okay disruption. I mean, they can Oscilio into their card if they want to. Or we could do that into Hammer Arsenal Boulder Drop. I think we're better off to just try and apply pressure. Just throwing, like, I know this is a 4-card 12, but this is a 4-card 12 that ends on some disruption, which I'm pretty big into. Yo, and Nick Butcher hanging out in chat. Yo, we're just like full of celebrities tonight. Y'all are just like, yo, chat's just like full of celebrities tonight. All these pro players hanging out. Dude, y'all got me sweating now. Everybody's going to realize how bad I am. Like everybody didn't know that anyway.
Lizard.
Seduce Secrets. Look at target hero's hand in the top card of their deck. Display from Arsenal, draw card. Okay, so they get an extra card. So they're on Yudo's list. So I wonder if they have Yudo's sideboard. Does that mean Yudo would be on Old Knocker into me? Interesting. I'm too timid to yap with all these stars. Michael makes a good point. We did Blue Thunderquake last game. This is a significant upgrade from our last going second hand. Well, has Talishar died? Okay, we're just waiting on our opponent. All right, makes sense. They might take 5 at some point. I truly don't know. Do they discard a Seduce Secrets? All right. I mean, we could. I don't think it's correct to balance here, but we could. We could, try to ride the lightning here. Dude, there's a lot of cool people in chat. I mean, to be fair, there's always, like, a lot of cool people in chat. But there's a lot of, like, big names that you see on the screen all the time in chat now. Yo, is my hair not, like, folding in with the headband? My hair better get it together. Cloud cover. Yep. So take 2 down to 29. All right, going second, taking a 10-point life lead. Well, I guess more like a 7-point life lead, but still. Would like to be able to play this Goldmane estate to get a gold into play, but what we're probably going to do is we're going to look to block. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter what we block with. If this game goes back around a second cycle, we're probably just trying to like hammer cards out of their deck anyway and stay alive. So we're probably looking to throw the Command and Conquer here and Arsenal the Debilitate. Because the Debilitate is a good 2-card play off of Tunic and it still offers Disruption, we are able to throw Command and Conquer, which can potentially disrupt them now, and then we can set up a little bit better for next turn.
Show me what you got.
I'm very perplexed by Activate Volzar as your first action. Maybe I'm supposed to block with the Debilitate? Seems like their hand is kind of awkward. Is this no blocks? Are we just no blocking this so that we can play the Goldmane estate? Maybe we block with Shield so that we have a gold reclash when we need it. I don't hate that. I actually don't hate that, so that we have the... You're one of the American greats in my heart. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate that, buddy. I appreciate that. Yo, listen, if Hawk shows up, I will start fangirling. You have been warned now. If Hawk shows up, I will start fangirling. I feel like I've made that abundantly clear in the past. I feel like I have made that abundantly clear in the past. Actually, we drew a blue. Our hand worked out in a different way than I thought. Throw the Debilitate, Arsenal, Command and Conquer, draw Pummel, hopefully. Yo, I'm telling you. So I have been told that Jacob hangs out in chat on an alt so that I don't know it's him. Because I think he knows that I would act like, you know, like realistically anybody at a Taylor Swift concert. That even I was around for it. See, even Brad knows what I'm talking about, dude. Yeah, I agree. I think that the way that turn played out. Oh, well, we're about to get blasted now. Well, they just threw 4 and passed because they're about to send us into the stratosphere. Well, never mind. It feels less good now. But I do agree that I do think that, like, with the way that hand played out, we played that correctly. And if we were able to set up with the CNC going in the next turn, a Tunic rolling up to 3 is a good place. It's a good place to be. Okay. All right. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. We're going to snipe that arcane spell. Maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see what we can do. This is one of those matchups that I think we get a lot more value out of Disable than we do... I actually don't think we block with the Grip yet. I think we're supposed to block with the Test of Strength here so that we can try to find another card to have in our hand. Just so we can have access to something else. If we hit into a blue, we'll have resources. So that we can like be able to pitch to AB if we need to. If we hit a red, we have another blocking card, which is also fine. So this is clearly not the combo turn I thought it was going to be. I am curious to know why they blocked with their equipment there. Maybe they just felt like that was a good value opportunity. Uh-oh. You're not supposed to activate Volzar now. You're supposed to attack me with something else. Opponent, no. We can talk about this. I mean, I guess we can pitch Grip. We can pitch Toy and Boulder Drop here and still just throw CNC Pummel. Eh. I mean, I think that's better than discarding our hand. Or I'm sorry, I guess shuffling our hand. Okay. Sure. And then we'll set up with like some like pretty heavy disruption this time around. The Debilitate is technically like a 2-card 10 in that spot, but it's a weird way to look at it. It was nice to catch more than 5 minutes of your stream. Dude, Brad, I'm glad you can come by, man. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well, and I'm glad to hear that your setup, you're enjoying your setup, man. Hope the family's doing well, man. Take care, brother. We get to vote on what he plays every week. Okay, so listen, here's what I'm going to say. When there is not like a calling coming up, I do like when we like what was it 2 weeks ago we played Dio and Mario on stream. That was because people who are YouTube members and Twitch subscribers voted in the Discord. 100%. But yes, when calling Memphis is this weekend, I'm locked into playing Victor. I will say, I do want to try that Dash Sage deck one night. That looked cool. What do we get with the CNC? Discarded Sigil, down to 13. They conceded? Okay, well, even if they lose that, what does their hand look like? I mean, they can still throw 7 at us and then play the CLV and bounce this back. What does our next hand look like? We can pummel a Race Face. I mean, we're at 35. They're at 13. I'm actually pretty interested in just saying no blocks. A Race Face pummel. Pitching. So what we would do is we would overpitch Spinal Crush and Headbutt for a Race Face, so that if they block out, we can Arsenal pummel. On the following turn, Tunic ticks up to 2. Our hand is Disable, Ripple Away, Thunderquake, Spinal Crush. So we have a hand that lets us go Spinal Crush, pitching Ripple Away, and Thunderquake, depending on what they do. Arsenal, Disable. And then we Test of Strength into a Command and Conquer. I mean, we still had some good turns rolling from here. Now, our third pummel was like all the way down here, but we did have some good turns rolling from there. Like, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. It seemed like our 2 Oscilio opponents were a little frustrated with how it was going. I don't feel like we were getting the most optimal games there. Leonardo Estrada, thank you so much for the sub over on YouTube. I appreciate you being here and hanging out. Guys, if you are here for the first time or you are new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody. They are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourself. Love to get to know more about you guys. Also, hooray! We won! Sometimes I forget to do confetti, but I do really like confetti. Let's see. CNC plus pummel on turn 3. Op had a couple of awkward hands with little go again that allowed us to keep multiple cards and set up well. Going second, let us swing 12 with Boulder Drop Finisher as a good place to be. Okay. Yeah, no. Wait. Let me tell you something. I love that topic. I love that. I got into Fab when I decided Hearthstone took a turn for the worse and it was time to start playing TCGs in person. Yo, I love that. There is no better hot dog topping than smashed potatoes. Okay, so I've heard this a few times that I need to try this. There's a list of things I need to try on the hot dog. What do you mean? What the fuck is this chat, dude? Chat's a banger, bro. We're living it up. we are living life to the fullest out here, bro. Are the gems in the antiquity packs non-foil? There are foils and non-foil Semper. There are both. There are both. Yo, is Michael Yassiger hanging out? Feel like I missed Yassiger hanging out. Everybody just be chilling tonight. All right, so this is the list. I don't know like what I would change. I think the gravy game had potential to be one. I think I need to get some gravy games this week. I need some more Oscilio reps this week. And then we need to see what we're going to finalize for hour 80. What we're going to finalize for hour 80. I don't know. You can get foil of the new gems, can't you? Is that not correct, Paul? Can you not do that? Yassiger has to be the Canadian ketchup kid? Yo, that's wild. Okay, I did not know that. Correction. The fables are not foil in the gold packs, apparently, in the antiquity packs. They are all non-foil. I did not know that. Guys, thanks for being here and hanging out tonight. Hopefully you were here to witness me opening up the gold foil Titan's Fist after I already bought one, which is hilarious, wildly hilarious. But anyway, thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys for chilling. Don't forget, if you are a part of that Aggro Alliance tier, we got the Q&A in the Discord tomorrow from 5 to 6 o'clock Eastern time. Just make sure that your Discord is linked to YouTube or Metafy or wherever you have that set up at. That'll be from 5 to 6. And then we'll be streaming tomorrow night. Probably getting some more Victor reps in, just trying to get ready for the weekend. Probably talking about how the meta shifts and stuff like that. And we'll see if there's any changes to the deck list. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. Full access to roast me. You have another like 60, I guess you could